Getting used to this thing. Normally I don't work with them. It's a tenor voice. Want ek as ek hier so staan, dan gaan ek begin preek. En dan gaan ons begin donasies vra en ek wil nie dit doen nie. A very good evening, Pretoria. A very, very good morning, evening to everybody else in the world. I've been told that tonight it's not just South Africa listening, it's across the world that they're joining us. So to all our people overseas, you are not expats. You that are in Australia, you that are in New Zealand, you that are in Europe, America, India, wherever you are tonight, you are not expats. You are not ex-South Africans. You are just South Africans that temporarily went away, but your heart is here. So I want to greet everybody on our camera at the back live. Welcome South Africa and welcome the other South Africans. So just give them a hand. Raai Suid-Afrikaners wat nog Afrikaans kan praat aan die ander kant. Julle moet by die bokke hou asseblief. Maar ons is baie lief vir julle waar ook al julle is. So I can just say good evening. I think by now we all know this is Neil de Beer. Like a lady said last night, she came to touch me and I went, and she said to me, ek wil net voel of jy daarom regtig is. So can we maybe afterwards tonight not touch and feel and pinch? I am real. And it is an absolute privilege to see you here tonight. So from me to you, this is overwhelming to be here tonight. I thought for one moment this would never happen. But to Jackie and Sher and to everybody here, to everybody that made it happen, it's not me that's here tonight. We came here through the blessing of God. We came here through the anointment of light. And I say altyd, I'm a virgin Christian. I'm allowed to make a stuff up because I'm still getting past the first book of Bible. I'm still one of those guys that when I want strength tonight, I still Google Bible verse strength and it tells me go to this book. So I'm here because of light. Ek is hier vanaand omdat ons lig gebring het met iets wat ons terwaardelik nodig het. En dit gaan nie meer oor Neil de Beer nie. Dit gaan nie meer oor 'n paar wat hier so staan nie. Dit gaan oor 'n beweging. It's a movement that gets up and says to people, I know things you know. I've just got the capability to put them together and to explain them to you in a different way. I am not going across the country and telling you things you don't know. You get little tidbits everywhere. You know what's going on. Ek hoef nie vir u te kom verduidelik wat aangaan. So I want to start where I started off in a fantastic Port Elizabeth. My mense in die baai. Kleberra, ek het daai 3 keer gesê, né? Kleberra. Maar jy kan maar name verander. Ons kan maar strate verander. Ons kan nie geskiedenis verander nie. So wat ook al ons dit noem, of dit nou Tshwane en Pretoria is, at the end of the day, it's South Africa. And that's why I'm here tonight. I am an ordinary man. I am no one else except you. I might be a little bit shorter, a little bit more stockier, and a little bit more older, and a little bit more wiser. But I am you. I am not a politician. If I wanted to go into politics, this would have happened at a younger age. I've had open opportunities to become a politician. I'm an activist. I will remain an activist. We all have history in this country. Ons het geskiedenis in hierdie land. Ons kan nie teruggaan en geskiedenis omdraai nie, Ellen. Ons wil nie geskiedenis omdraai nie. Ons wil leer van hierdie geskiedenis. En soos enige volk, enige nasie, enige kultuur, het elke Suid-Afrikaner die reg op beskerming van sy kultuur, sy taal, sy geskiedenis en sy mens. En dit maak nie saak of jy van die Afrikaner volk, die Khoisan, die San, die Griekwa, die Ndebele, die Bafokeng, die Zulu of Xhosa. Almal het 'n geskiedenis. We are a nation of nations. And it surprises me that I get to the point in this country where I actually tell you about the slogan of your own country on a coin, and you don't know it. But when you say to people, do you remember ex unitatem vires? Dan sal almal sê, ja nee, eendrag maak mag. You know, we've changed it. It is no longer that slogan, ex unitatem vires. It's now Tri Kara Treka. So as you know, now kyk op daai embleem, if you look on your coin and it says XE, XI, XE, sê Jan, nee. By die eerste, het ek maar, wat's dit? I'm not blaming you. Because let's start with the failures. And then let's fix later tonight how we're going to fix this country together. We will fix it together. We cannot fix it alone. If we're going to go this thing alone, we will never get there. Because the journey is too long. The journey is too high. So I've got a solution, and I'm going to give it to you tonight. But first, let's look where we are. Napoleon said, a nation that has lost hope, that fears, and that is angry, is a nation that is ready to go to revolution. Where the have-nots look at the haves and says, I want that. Honger het nie 'n gedagte nie. Hunger has no brain. But you can't say you are peckish. Because being peckish, 'n bietjie honger is nie honger nie. Have you been hungry? And that's the question, South Africa. Have you really in your life been hungry? You see, in the world we've said Somalians are hungry. Remember those days when we made jokes about as hungry as an Ethiopian? We said Ethiopian kids, and we saw the pictures of the kids with ribs. And we said, it can't be, it's Africa. It's now become South Africa. The pictures of kids standing and grabbing and looking for food has now come here. And that has shocked me the most. Because I've been in Africa. I've been to Darfur. I've been to Sierra Leone. We've been there to Sudan. And what I saw in Sudan, I saw 3 weeks ago in Cape Town. That people are willing to trample themselves. That people are willing to push people. That people are busy dying to get to food. Dis nou by die huis. En die snaakse ding is, we've made it racial, South Africa. We've made hunger and poverty and crime, we've made it a racial thing. It's not racial. It's human. And the real thing I saw was when I was told, Neil, hou op na die swart plakkerskampe toe gaan. Kom 'n bietjie na die wites toe. Toe sê ek, wit wat? Hy sê wit plakkerskampe. Ek sê nee, luister gou daai in een sin maak dit dis soos nasionale intelligensie. Pas nie in een sin nie. So, did you get that one? National intelligence. So it's like a guy that jumps out of a van and he's got a gun and on the back it says Secret Service. Yeah. Or undercover agent. It's on your t-shirt. Wit plakkerstang. South Africa, that sounds weird, doesn't it? Come now. It sounds weird when you, sorry. Dis tyd vir die waarheid. It's time for the truth in this country. It's time that black and white and indigenous and African and Indian and colored and Khoi and Griqua, that we start sitting in halls and we say to each other, I'm sorry. Ek is jammer vir al twee kante se goeters, man. It's time that in the TRC, the fact is we only got to the truth in 94. We never got to reconciliation, South Africa. Ons het die waarheid en versieningskommissie gehad. Ons het by die waarheid gekom. Ons het nie versoen nie. Can you imagine sitting in a hall and listening at the TRC to a security police officer saying how he took Sipho to a field, shot him in the head, and buried him there. And Sipho's mom and dad are hearing for the first time, where's their son? How do you feel if for the first time Sipho said, I blew up the Wimpy in Standerton? And the kids' moms and dads that got killed in that act are also sitting in the hall. Waar klein Johan opgeblaas is en die ou wat hom opgeblaas het sit voor hom. Because no one won in that war. Niemand het gewen nie. Because if this is victory, if this 27 years later is victory, I don't want it. As hierdie wen is, as hierdie die finale skoot is, dat ons 27 jaar is waar ons is, en ons noem dit wen, dan wil ek nie die goue medalje hê. Is ek reg Suid-Afrika? Is ek reg Pretoria? Is ek reg Pretoria? Ek is reg. Want dit maak nie saak wat 'n kleur jy is nie. Dit maak nie saak wat 'n ras jy is nie. Dit maak nie saak wat 'n politieke party u en ek in is nie. Dit gaan oor honger. Dit gaan oor diefstal. Dit gaan oor moord. As if the people in Khayelitsha, Soweto and Diepsloot, as if they are not currently suffering crime. Do you think the people in Soweto don't want gated villages? Do you think they don't want fences? Do you think they don't want ADT? Want as jy nou die polisie bel, antwoord jy die telefoon en sê vir die polisie ek het 'n probleem, dan sê hy, yes, but you can phone ADT. No, sir, you're the police. Then they will tell you, no, but we are also protected by ADT. Julle weet wat die gangsters is. Julle weet wat die drugmense is. Julle weet wat die hijackers is. Julle weet wat die kriminele is. Gaan arresteer hulle. Now listen to me, Becky, Stoeltjie, Tafeltjie, Tsele. You're a bloody disgrace. You yourself, you are treasonous. Because you put up signs that says high crime area. Julle sit buite Lady Brand, buite Hartbeespoortdam. Julle sit tekens wat sê potholes. Is sy mal. Where have you come to a country where it says potholes? Why don't you put down there and say potholes? Service delivery failure. Is ek reg, Suid-Afrika? Is ek reg? Ek is reg. I'm right. You have the audacity to write your failure on a traffic sign. Kry jy, is gek man. En wie wat sê jy as jy ry? Wilhelmina, Bietjie stadiger maar as 'n pothou. It's very simple. What's gone on? What happened to us? What happened to the dream? What happened to the Mandela rainbow dream? Well, that rainbow turned black and white again. We are more racially divided now in this country than we were prior to 1994. Sê ek reg? Sê ek reg? Ons is meer nou teen mekaar. En die rede is omdat die politici dit so wil hê. I'm sorry. The reason why we are like we are is because people like Frikkie Malema. Ja, kom ons Frikkie. Dis Frikkie. Ek hoor die ander dag toe my sê klaar, toe ry daar man en ek kan dit nie, maar op my favorite. Toe ry daar man met 'n Ford Ranger toe. En hy sien vir Frikkie. En hy trek en blykbaar sê ek bel vir my. Hy sê, "Joi!" En Malema hy sê, "Frikkie." En hy ry weg. En toe sê, "Hey, wat hè?" Ja, jy's 'n Frikkie. En vir al die Frikkies in die wêreld, dit beteken nie jy is 'n ek sê net dat dit net geraak met Frikkie Malema. Frikkie Malema wil hê dat die blanke in hierdie land die vyand moet wees. Seker? Die ANC wil hê dat ons almal tussen mekaar moet staan en nog steeds 27 jaar beklei op 'n ding wat ons in 1994 die 27 April 12:00 daai dag moes bear. Remember that day? Remember that great day when that voice wake up and said, I shall help with God. Well, maybe we should say that now today, Tracy. Where's God? Because we took God out of schools. We took God out of parliament. We took God out of justice. And we took God out of our homes. Now, whomever your God shall be, if you're a Muslim, then you pray to Allah. If you are Jewish, you open your book in the Torah and you pray to your God. En as jy 'n Christen is, hoop ek jy bid vir God. Want Jesus is die seun. You see, in the Muslim terminology, you don't pray to Muhammad. You recognize Muhammad by the bid for God. Maybe it's time to bring God back. What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? I think it's time. Because if you're a Christian, you cannot be lost. You have a Bible. If you're a Jew, you cannot be lost. You have the Torah. If you're a Muslim, you've got the Quran. And if you're an ANC member, you have the Freedom Charter. And if you're a South African, you have the Constitution. Why are we lost? We are lost. You cannot be lost. You allow us to be lost. Ons het 'n land geraak van lief. Ons het 'n land geraak waar jy die openbaar kan sê Neil de Beer, jy's 'n verraaier. You are a treasonous man. And then I'll get up and I'll go, that's funny, because to the ANC in my past I was a liberation fighter. I'm a hero. So isn't it weird? To some you're a treasury treasoner and to others you're a hero. It just depends your perspective. Just a quick question. In 1991 there was a referendum in this country. Wie kan dit onthou? As daar iemand in die saal is, kan jy net jou hand opsit as jy onthou die 91 referendum. Can I then ask how many of you in 1991 voted in that referendum? And can you remember, it was only white people that could vote Michael at that referendum. Do you remember it? What was the question? Yes or no? That's it? So that's it? Yes or no? Nee? Meneer die voorzitter. Nee, is ja of nee? Ja of nee op wat?
Well, it's simple, Michael. It was, no, we don't let Mandela go. We don't ban the ANC, unban it, and we continue with apartheid. Or yes, this country moves on to a democracy. That was it. Yes, no. Michael, do you know how many people voted yes of the percentage? Well, you voted yes. Did you vote? You voted yes? It's funny, everybody I meet voted, and you voted yes? Well, 68% of white South Africans voted yes. Yes. Michael, can I ask you a question? You're a great man. You know that you're a Ferrari, eh? With me. Okay, we are both peace in this. Is it lekker? You sold out the white people as well, sure. And you. Because you said yes. Only difference is I said yes in Kumuraka. You said yes and then you went home and said let it go. I wonder if all of you got letters from the Burama. You'll say you're mal. En dan jou bakkie se ding aantrek, is nie die battery wat nie vat nie. Is die detonator wat 'n bietjie sou daal. We couldn't go on. We couldn't go on. We had to talk. I will never apologize. Like you don't have to. We don't have to sit and apologize. Because it's over. What we need to do is forgive. We have to forgive. I said to a guy the other day, can I ask you, I'm going into politics. No. Can you give me advice? And he said, absolutely. When you meet people, ask them to stab you in the chest. Because your back is full. So sal jy asseblief van die bors steek. Want my rug is 'n bietjie vol. We are good at it. We are good at sticking each other in the back. Die Nasionale Party, die herstigte Nasionale Party, die nuwe herstigte gereformeerde. Hoeveel het ons gehad? HNP, NNP, NPA, HNPG, HNPP, HNP, klop, en toe doen ons het sommer in die kerke ook. Die meerderheidsgereformeerde ongeluk, die herstigte, want weet jy hoekom jy nou staan, as jy meneer die voorsitter, ek wil staan as ons die psalm sing. En dan sê die ander, sê jy ons wil sit, dan sê okay, dan sê ek by eie kerk. Wie kom saam? Ek wil die president wees van Rakpieter. Wel, ek wil ook president wees, nie, ek kan ons terug in Noord-Brakpad. Wat gaan my julle aan? What was on? What's going on with us? That we cannot just get together. There are 29, 30, 60 political parties now being formed and movements. Ons is almost terug af. Maar ek het ook afgestig. Ek het afgestig want al die ander doen niks. En as hulle iets doen, dit help nie. Jammer. They're not doing anything. They're getting up, they're going point of order. Away. I'm sorry. It's time. It's time that every political party in this country stand together. But not the ANC, not the EFF, and I will now not speak to the DA. I'm done. Want die DA is daar. Hulle is daar. Want hulle is al vir 20 jaar daar. Hulle is daar. Hulle is die oppositie. Met verskriklike mense wat op sal sê, well, it's fine. Hulle is wel. Dan sal hulle net, shut up. Okay. Yeah, but it's unparliamentary. Yes, it's that. No, but you can't speak to me that way. I did. En hulle beklein my. And where did they get? Nowhere. Official opposition. You are. And you let them steal 1.5 trillion. You let them steal that. Yesterday the announcement again, another 11 billion gone. 11 billion. Maar jy kan nie die strate en die brand regmaak nie. Jy kan nie ons geboue regmaak nie. Jy kan nie skole bou nie. There are children today in the poorer areas that don't have a school because there's no classrooms for them. And you steal about a virus that you have locked us up now for more than a year and a half. You locked us up. You caused empty seats. And when someone the other day says, can you maybe send us a picture of the biological separation of the virus, you did not answer in court. You said, I'll get back to you. What are you talking about? Because if it's a deadly virus, someone has to see it. I'm not a doctor. No, I'm also not a doctor. All these doctorates, ja, mense, dit voel of jy George Clooney by IA is so 'n dokter, maar jy my broer. Dokter. What happened to your normal name? You're just a normal human being. A title does not make you fly. Last night I had the opportunity to visit the parapet. Staan in die deur, 1-2. I was afraid going there, I must admit. Ek dacht, daar's 'n vliegtuig wat vir my wag. En daar gaan ek. I walked into this place and there sit die manne in it. And they let me speak. And then they let me speak more. Because here's the story. The problem in this country is not the far right. Dis nie die ver regs nie. En dis nie die ver links nie. En dis nie die moderates nie. Die probleme in hierdie land is die rassiste. Ek gaan dit weer sê. The problem in this country is not the far right. It's not the far left. It's not the far center. It's not the moderate. It's the racists among them. It's racist. Because I've met some of them now. Hierdie man, as jy op sy plaas stap, as stap hy na jou toe, dan kyk jy, dan dink jy, yes, ek meel, die gaan gemoer word vandag. En op die ou nou jonger as jy is, of ouder, jy sê vir hom, oom. As hy sê, maar ek is net 26, dan sê ek, yes, broer, jy sal wat eet jy. Maar, jy weet as hy, wat die maar sê, as hy reis uitklim, as hy daar net jy, dan kom hy wat dan sê, daar vir jou, middag. Kom ons gaan sit. As hy vir kom ek vertel jou wat David, Jonathan, Gabriel, Moses en Aaron die wortels hier begraaf. Dan sê hy kom praat met my. And then you find out they're South African. You find out all the guy wants to do is farm. Hy wil net boer. Hy wil nie meer beklei nie, hy wil nie meer tooi nie, hy wil nie meer rassiste en rassisme hê nie. Hy wil net sy land vat en hy wil net goed plant. Sê reg Suid-Afrika. Daar's 'n ou wat 'n mechanicus, daar's 'n ou wat 'n breakdown service het. Hy's 'n ingenieur, hy's 'n entrepreneur, he's an electrical guy. It doesn't matter. He wants to go home and he wants to go work and he wants to give his child a good life, and he's not interested in color. Really, I think as I'm driving through this country now, I'm meeting people, and the majority say, kom ons gaan net aan. Ons is verby daai ding. What do we do? Because we still saw, jy weet, I know wat ons doen. Don't you just love these discussions? Because I'm telling you to your face what you do. And it's things that you don't say, I'm saying. We love each other. Just sometimes we don't dig each other. But we love each other. Want as jy ry, ek sien jy ry met jou laaitie en jou spat rugby toe. Jy ry hier 'n ou voor jou en jy ry links voor jou, jy ry verby en jy kyk as jy vir jou sê. Anja. Jy sê. Jy tell me you're not good. Jy lieg. Jy lie. Jy ry gewys in die linker kom 'n taxi. Dan sê jy jou sit jou seun met sulke oë. Dan sê ek, "Maar wat beteken daai ding?" Dan sê jy, "Nee, ek sou jou vertel." Maar dan sê jy van daai. I think the non-white black dudes don't do exactly the same. When you stand in Spa and they stand in a queue and you just push in, then the guy will say, Maar wat wil jy praat? Trek sommer dit in check zijn. Als jy net soos ons kan baie tyd nie. Fatima, one of my legends, am I right? Am I right? I'm right. Maar die jou weet as al wêreldbeker is my broer. When it's World Cup and Sipo and Jafta and Zeki and Stanky, ons trek daai skerm, ons trek daai trui aan, en ons staan, Sipo en ek, en Sipo het bietjies in jammer gesmokkel, Jafta het heel gekom, hy het weer die bodybag, verkeers in die bordkassel omgestel, Johan en sy vrikkie se pa se hele 9 mm bottel gebring, en daar staan ons, en daar staan 'n klomp All Blacks. Snaaks betek om praat Afrikaans, en laat 'n All Black met Sipo moeilikheid soek daar. Dan sal Jan opstaan en sê, I will personally hit you with Gert Boek. Ja, I will move you stukken. Dis is 'n brother. As dan Sipo dan maak hy ekstra kak. Yes, I told you. En 'n week later, 'n week na wêreldbeker, dan doen ons alweer hierdie ding. Het jy sien mense hulle raak stom? Party mense, hulle praat van hulle dood. Dan sê jy vir jou vriend, ek het vandag alweer daai lady gesien, en ek gaan vir jou nou sê, ek is klaar met hierdie. Wat beteken dit? But it's us. It's us. We've had more chances to go to war in this country between ourselves, and we never did. On the 18th of December 2016, I looked and went to the ANC's conference in 2017 at Nazareth, where Cyril became president. I was there. I was there. I was a member of the Western Cape ANC Congress that went there. And we sat here. God, oh yeah. We went there and we had hope. But I'm a businessman as well. I'm an entrepreneur. So half of my brain, which I've got left, is I am a businessman. I'm not a person that sits down and just does anything. I'm a businessman. And at that conference in South Africa, decisions were taken that is going to ruin this country. Now in 1988, when I became a member of Country Overseas, it wasn't because I decided I'm black. I decided it's wrong. It's an unjust system. So I got up, I gave my name, I gave my life, I lost my family, because I got up and said that 47 million people must be able to vote. Must be able to walk on the beaches in Mossel Bay. It's humanity, man. What you do afterwards with that humanity is then up to you. But it's humanity. Because you cannot judge a person, Dana, on your IQ, your EQ, and your AQ because you are not one. You can judge you on being a good person and a bad person. And that's the judgment we should have on others. And look at you. You are such a beautiful human being. You're a stunning, stunning human being. And so are you. And so are you. And yes, so am I. En Jessel Gert, my vrou van jou, sy met jou vashou met. En Karen is 'n goeie mens hier. Great, we are good people. We are not different racial people. So I got up and I said, enough. Are you surprised that I got up again? Are you surprised that I got up and said, enough now? Timo. I had enough, Timo. I just said it's wrong. The system we were backing, the system we were fighting for, is now destroying us again. Isn't it my right to get up as an intellectual, as a human being and go, whoa, not in my name? Yeah, it is my right. Otherwise, what do? Keep quiet. One of my great friends tonight, one of my dearest friends, there he is. Lord, what a night to see you here. And he's doing something that I absolutely am so jealous about. Because he knows how to do that helicopter thing. So not only is he the CEO and was and is running CEO golf in the world, but he's also a great man, he's a great pilot. He's a dear friend. You know me. I've never ever let injustice happen. Ek moet praat. Nou praat ek. En die mense hou nie daarvan. Jacques, dat ek praat nie. So I remember the day I got up at the ANC conference and I said, if you now take a policy decision on these two things, I'm out. And they did it. I don't know if you know in South Africa, but you've got to be informed. But don't you think this is the problem? We are not teaching and educating voters. We are keeping them down. No one's telling you the truth. Ons laat julle dom wees, né? Sorry. Apartheid did it. And now the ANC is doing it. They're keeping our people down. Because why would you want to change a system that worked? Want jy kan nie steel in 'n land waar mense kan dink nie. You can't take money at the rate of billions if people are educated. Because one or other time someone's going to get up and go, but wait, you are stealing. So I'm telling you, they're doing it again at the cost of our children. They're not getting educated. No matter how you paint the zebra, as jy 'n zebra blou verf, en die reën kom af van bly en maar dit in swart lê. Now what the hell tribe is a zebra? Is it a black horse with white stripes? Or is it a white horse with daddy black stripes? What is South Africa? Is it a black country with a couple of whites? Or is it a white country with a majority blacks? What the hell are you doing? It's a zebra. It does not matter. It's a beautiful animal. I, as the UIM movement president, am not perfect. I am not Timo. You thought you're going to get a perfect guy. Failure, Tracy. I'm not it. I probably am crazy to even say that I will run for president in 2024. I don't know, but I've been told by God, if you proclaim it, it will be so. So I have got up and I said, Pastor Vicky, you want me to enter a race and declare number 3? So Michael Schumacher gets into the Ferrari and he turns around and someone says to you, Good morning, Michael. Morgen. Wie geht's da? You go, danke. Michael, kommen Sie an der Schule am Riebenabend? Jawohl. Und Michael, kommen Sie 1, 2 oder 3? Ach nein, geht das aus Mercedes-Benz an der Nummer 1. Ich bin Nummer 3. It's ja simple. No, it's okay. I think Mercedes-Benz should win. I'm happy with number 3. I will absolutely die. Dis nie ons nie. You got a security company? Sure. You own a security company? So you run a security company and you start in an area like everybody started. You get a couple of contracts because someone else didn't get the done. And you start to do alarm, you do a bit on response, and you got 50 because you do your job well. And then you build your company because you build it through honor, you build it through respect, and you build it through service. And then another company comes and you start taking your client because he's lying, he's telling all the truth. You know what you do? You go, it's okay. I'm okay, I'll just be a small company. No. Golf, when you play golf, I must know how it works. That's a concept I'll never understand. But someone said to me, you want to do business? Go play golf. I never saw the guy. I was in the bush all the time. So I don't know where they said you want to do business, go play golf. I saw the guy at the 19th hole. Because all I was saying is, Kerry, where's the ball? Kerry, where's the ball? And it's 65 rand to play this. It cost me 2,300 rand. I'm going to go for number 1. And I'm going to go for it. And I'm going to climb. And I'm going to fight. Because there are 2 laws coming in now. And if they come in, we shut South Africa's doors. It's closed. Taking land without compensation is not about giving poor people land. It's not about Islam. It's just that the African National Congress is not doing their job properly to allocate such land, to build such houses. Stop stealing the money. Then you can build 1 million homes more, South Africa. Can I hear you? Is it right? Stop stealing the money. Hold on this deal. They don't have to do land grabs in this country. There's enough vacant land. But you let our people without any services. You let people for 27 years stay in a shack. And you find it okay, Clovis, as government. And sorry, I'm going to call it, it's your people. Your people. Well, it's treason. You stole our money. You did not commit corruption. Because corruption sounds like an admin fault. Nee, jy, die minister, het gebloody steal. That's why I said to Vicky Malema, love the overall. Overall is right. So step 1 is good. Should just be orange. But overall is good. What is a leader? A leader is a person that continually admits where he's wrong and fixes that which is wrong. A leader appoints people around him that does better than him. A leader admits what he's weak in and employs people around him that are better than that. And when a leader needs to come to the people, then he must come. Because how do you fix a country when you haven't even been in Danville? In Brits, like I was. Brits, I was in Brits vanoggend, my broer. And I probably had one of the best coffees in Brits. Brits, Wow. And today, I'm here. Tomorrow, yes, tomorrow, Soweto. 2,500 people in Soweto. Our first branch. Our first branch in Soweto tomorrow. Wow, man. Wow. So this story about the UIM is not speaking to all utter rubbish. Want ons is almal gatvol. Ons is nie alleen gatvol. Ons is almal. #gatvol. Wat deel jy my woord my broer? Ons wat deel. Ons is hier. Never has a country ever been so ready. Never has change become so ready for a country for a new future. And it's got nothing to do with black or white anymore. It's changing the system. Suki Cyril, noem jou Suki. Ek het gister ge-email, sien jy so 'n bietjie besig Cyril met Muslim prayers. Shukran. Kom weet jy nou. Why are you coming to churches and pray now? Waar Cyril vanaand hier? Waar Cyril in Galar? Waar Cyril in die kykplek waar die gangs die mense dan is? Waar Cyril wanneer ons mense vra vir hulp wanneer besighede toe gaan? Waar is Cyril wanneer hierdie land onder COVID kraak? En waar is Cyril by Zondo when he was asked, did you know? And he went, no, I did not. Ice cream. I said to you last night, Suki, Cyril, I call you Suki, Cyril, want ek soek jou. En jy kry, wil jy nie soek, om jou praat, Gauteng. Omgamu Cyril Matamata, Ramaphosa, Nomhlanje, Apa Uskansonso, Apa Izalethemba, Ufaku, Utasha, ya Umnyaza, ya Umthetha umhlekazi. Nomhlanje, Apa Ikaya, sorry, kom 'n bietjie, ek was nader. Kom 'n bietjie. Kom met jou 36 karre, en jou 430 manne, en jou 6 ton wapens. Why do you have so much? I've got guys, wat hulle wil my moon. Ek het 'n rede. Becky Chere goes to a beach to arrest a kite surfer because this guy is illegal. So that's why I made a video, if you can remember, with Becky's BMW, his X5, with the jet ski at the back. Just in case you go, yes, don't get scared. Pull over. Kite surfers. Can you imagine this poor guy? Pull over. Yes. Maar die gangsters skiet die mense dood. We have lost prioritization in this country. And the reason why the poor policemen fail is because we are not training the police anymore. Hulle is nou weer kitskonstables. That's why without the security industry in this country, there will be no more law enforcement. I can tell you that I'm still in it. That's why our hospitals are falling apart. That's why when you go to a governmental hospital, you are going to wait 3 hours, if not more. You are going to go to schools that don't exist, where children have stood up and told teachers that they are nothing, where children are stabbing each other, and teachers in schools. We've lost God, we've lost discipline, we have lost justice. Now we're speaking, Boss Mogoeng. Where is he? Where is Judge Mogoeng? I hear today he took leave. The Chief Justice of this country has taken 3 months leave. I really thought something else. No Chief Justice, no leadership, and he's a good judge. Our Chief Justice is a good man, but he took leave. We need you, Mogoeng. Land without compensation will be the torpedo shot through the bow of South Africa, because no foreign-based investor will put money into a country where he's not guaranteed title deed. Do you believe me? Do you believe me? Because you know I run an international fund. I go to Davos. My fund is based in Barcelona, in Spain. That's why I stay. And I go speak to foreign-based investors. And you know what they say to me? Never. You're asking me to put money there? No. Yet. Nine. I'm embarrassed. You remember when we were a great country? When we were probably the most investable. And now we're going to make a law, we're going to change section 25 of the Constitution. And we're going to allow the nationalization of property. Can I tell you quickly? You know what I found out? It's not land. It doesn't say land only. It says property. Question. Is your gun not a piece of property? Well, this means, Boers, that they can probably make the law to take your gun away. Because it's property. Land is also not defined. And then the second thing they are trying to change now is nationalization of the Reserve Bank. We are going into economic genocide. Don't worry, I don't think this country will come to murder each other. I think we are going to economically die. The UIM is the only movement that is declaring this in public. The UIM is the only one that says in the TV, on the news, we will not allow it. We have put our team together to defend our land and our assets. Want no beklei hulle oor ene. Hulle beklei oor elections. But they're about to do a change in our constitution. And that will never happen as long as I am alive and a South African in this country. Nou meneer Steenhuisen, Steenhuisen, Stokhuisen, Stinkie. Pilaartjie, botteltjie. Ek weet nou nie waar jy vandaan kom om nou op te staan en te sê, ja, maar dit sal nooit gebeur nie. You're a joke. Say. You have said this before, that no theft will take place. That the Western Cape government will sort out everything. Look at the model of how perfect the Western Cape is running. And then down Plateau, Pluto, Platonium platform, waar hy al jou kan staan. Weet jy wat 'n maas jy sit nie. And we've got a million Gauteng, Plateau, Pluto, Tora, and Evangelist. But you're nowhere. Because have you been to Makassar? Have you been to Ponte lately? We are doing this to our own people. And we're going to vote for them again. Hello? How are you? Can you vote for us, please? And you're going to do it again. You're going to do it again. Can we have another 5 years? South Africa, listen, we don't have another 5 years. Do you get it? Do you get it, South Africa? We don't have another 5 years. That maakt nie saak wie jy is. We don't have another 5. Because look at what we've got today. 3 trillion in debt. We will never be able to pay back our foreign-based debt. We are paying up to $1 billion now, currently, in rand value a day on interest. This is my son. This is Jesse. Hello, Jesse. Auntie Fatima, it's not going well with Jesse. I must say, ek kan hom vir sy pa te werk. Is nie lekker om vir jou pa te werk nie. Want hy kry het, né? So hy kry as hy het 'n fout maak, en dan gee ek hom sommer nog 2. Dan sê hulle, Neil, you too hard on him. Then I go, really? You will not see anything yet. My boy. What people don't know is, you know that specialized special force unit CRU that you saw me on carte blanche, all that, did you see I had that bulletproof? You see the gun? You saw me there? You saw me go? Ek gaan lekker daar met dat team. Al my frustrasies in die politiek uit daai. He's just been promoted to senior commander. He goes out. That guy goes out. My son goes out. My boys are here. Huh? Where are you? Where are you? You can't just stand here as a politician and say you'll fight crime and you don't go fight it. You can't say I will stop corruption and don't expose corruption. You cannot say that we will have a redressing of capital and you can't count. And you can't say you're a human being if you are not in Christ. Lead by example. Lead by example. I believe it's time that our leaders start leading Kori by example. It's time that President Ramaphosa gets in a car. He's 912. Of as jy ons orange helikopters, die 2 wat nog werk, wil gebruik. Maar jy moet dorp gaan land. Jy moet Calvinia doen. Jy moet Brakpan doen. Jy moet Benoni, okay. Jy kan Brakpan skip. My vrou kom van Brakpan af. Hulle maar. Brakpan glo. Party van hulle glo EW de Klerk is nog nie president. Nee. En as jy na die ou Roadhouse toe gaan en brak met die Casbah, who's anybody know the Casbah? The Roadhouse? It's the only place in the world that you can go in, order a burger, chips, and they overhaul your car in aisle. Chris, ek en Chris Jong, dames en heren, Chris Jong, executive member of the UIM, en hy al nou weer daar aan my, ek wil bedank, ek wil nie meer nie. Maar Chris kom ook van Brakpan en ek kan vir julle sê, ek en Chris het iets gedoen wat geen normale mens doen nie, Fatima. Ek het vir Brakpan rugby club 1 game gespeel. In Springs. Because they said you want to marry a woman, you play for Brakpan. So I played for Brakpan. They didn't tell me it's a revenge match of last year. And they didn't tell me that Brakpan and Springs hate each other. Toe sak ek vaskop en die ou slaan my en hy sê, Panner, vandag jy hier. En hy slaan my met die voorkop. Ek sê, jy sal kom, dis al onrechtvaardig. Hy sê, dis 'n nagmerrie vir jou vandag. Jy het laas jaar my broer gemoor, nou moet ek jou toe sê, kom, ek is die van Brakpan op, jy kom van Somersdijk Wes in die Kaap. Ek wil net 'n vrou trou, man. Wat 'n verraaier. Onthou julle die melkbottel? Onthou julle die melkbottel met die coupon wat jy buite jou deur gesit en maak jou deur toe en luister vir my ter volgende op in melk. toe sê die ouens, maar as ons vir jou melk, dan gee ek ons vir jou lemoensap ook gee. Onthou jy, verander die kupon rooi. Dan sit jy 'n bottel uit met blou en 'n bottel, onthou jy, met rooi. Die volgende oggend lemoensap, melk en dan kry jy nog 'n burger teen die kop op. Gaan doen dit vandag. Maak jy deel, jou stoktes deel. I'm getting tired of saying, do you remember when? Do you remember when? And that's why you've got my comrade. You've got my comrade coming to me today and saying something that I am chilled about. And I chastise them because it's not palatable. But I've got a comrade that says to me, please don't get me wrong, I respect you, Neil, but we were better under apartheid. And I said to him, comrade, don't say that. And he says it's the truth. At least things work. And then I have to walk out and I can't listen to that anymore because it just, sorry, it sits me back in. What have we done? It's as if in 94 we decided not to maintain this country anymore. It's decided Eskom. Ek noem dit ons nie Eskom meer. Dis Eskom. Want niks kom nie. So Eskom. Did you see the miracle? Did you see the, it's like the other day I went to ShopRite and a guy parked in the disabled zone. And he actually got out of his car and he walked, and I went, it's a miracle! It's a miracle! Yeah? And I went, do walking! It's time that we give the disabled people the respect in this country that they deserve. Because let me quickly tell you, disabled people are not disabled. They just have a different ability than yourself. So stop calling disabled people disabled. They are not disabled. They just can't do some of the things that I can do, but they are capable. They are not disabled. 4 million people that are disabled should be told that you are able. Able. Can I tell you a miracle? Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? How old are you? You are 16. You are voting. Do you know that in 3 years you will be 90? Do you know that you can vote for me? Do you know that you will be 90 and you will be able to vote for me? No pressure. No pressure. Just take a photo. Will you stay? Can I tell you who you are? Louis, Tina. Yeah. Can I tell you something? It's now about you. I'm going to fight for you. You. Can I tell you why? My life is over. Michael, we've had a life. Have we had a life? Wat om 'n pad luister. Want julle, dis die geheim. Dat program met my geïnteresseer. Johan Burger is 'n loodgieter. Remember that? Kom jy nou raai wat hy raai doen? Want hy het op die lang kus. En die boek Wurm. Nou is Fatima, my ouderdoms nou moet doen. Almal weet hoe oud ek is. Remember when our kids would play in the street? When only at 8, 9 o'clock, mom would open the door and go, you know, I used to go. Remember when you could walk to the shop? There I go again. Remember. Remember when we loved each other. Remember when a neighbor was a neighbor. For if every neighbor helps another neighbor, no one would need help. But you are so scared today, the net of your neighbor. Neil de Beer says only a couple of things. And I'm saying what you know. is not about me. The UIM is a battle frigate in a sea of enemy now. The UIM battle frigate is armed, occupied, fueled up, and ready for combat. The UIM will take the 27th of October municipal election steady as she goes, and calm her at the helm. And the UIM has got a battle plan. Ja, ons het 'n verskrikking van 'n oorlogspot. The UIM is not sailing in the municipal election to take over. Let the others fight. Let them all pull the carcass like hyenas out of each other. And let us watch as a lion. For we know where this carcass lies is our land. The ANC is tearing each other apart at the moment. But I have an ace up my sleeve. The ace I've got up my sleeve is that ace is God. Want ek gaan Dinsdag praat in Bloemfontein. En Neil de Heer gaan in Bloemfontein staan. Met almal in Bloemfontein Mangaung. Want dis waar die ANC begin. In Mangaung Bloemfontein. We are going full circle. We are taking our town back. Because I said no one will rule Bloemfontein and the Free State while he is alive. Hoeveel het vanaand in jou stoutjies, jou pyjamas en jou Netflix, want jy is nie by die werk nie. Jy is suspended. Phase 1 done. Phase 1 done. Die ANC gaan mekaar verskeer. Because someone said, oh, Reginald Tambo, the only people that will destroy the ANC will be the ANC themselves. It started. It started. Did you notice the EFF today with the ANC broke down the gate of a court? Did you see how they broke down the court? Not the EFF. Terwyl justisie binne moet orde roep, breek hulle die hekke van 'n hof af vandag. Did you see it? Yeah. Not the EFF, but the EFF and the ANC. There you are, South Africa. That's the proof that they are in a coalition, and they will never be able to deny that here again tonight, Montana. Never. Maak geras, is ek reg? They are in cahoots. Yes, Frankie Malema is the anointed president in waiting of the ANC. Ek het dit gesê en ek gaan dit altyd sê. So yes, Frankie, ek het jou gesê 6 maande gelede, kom my broer. He's bang. He's bang, man. Because the first thing that Julius would say to me is, you're a reset. I'm not. I'm an NK veteran. So, oops. Number 2, you will tell me, yes, white minority capital. I wrote the document. I'm the one that wrote the document and said they're white, they're the minority, and they've got capital. What else are you? You are white. You are the current minority. You've got capital. You just made it negative. It's not negative. It's positive. Because if you've got the capital, then go train people. If you've got $1 billion, don't give it to a guy and say to him, you are unschools, untrained, give me 100,000. No, sir. Train that man. Don't you think it's time that every company in this country, and some of you are doing it, don't you think all of us must take interns? Take 5 interns. And the difference is I took my son. Cheapest deal I've ever made. An intern that doesn't get paid. Hy kry kos, en hy kry kos in 'n slaaie. want to hear from you tonight. You know who I am. I'm spoken about enough. Yes, sir. Dankie Gert, jy's hier. Gert en ek dra ringe. Nee, ek is nie 'n vrywisselaar nie, Gert. En ek is nie die hoof van die nominatie nie, Gert. Ek love net ringe. Alle ouens dra bracelets en condoms en daai goed wat jy jou goed steek. Ek is nie een van daai nie. Ek hou van 'n mooi ring. Son, put up your hand. Look there. It's our family ring. I am not a Freemason. Ek het nie eens tyd om potjie kos te maak nie. Jy al met nog 'n klap gaan kry die aand wanneer jy jou broeke moet oprol. Wat niemand. Want ek het so gestaan. Ek het eendag so gesê in Afrika. Toe bel 'n vrou toe sê sy. Dis die internasionale teken dat die vrywisselaars moet saamkom. And then I launched my simple, poor little logo of my company. En hulle sê, Asai, dis 'n piramide. Dis die tempel van Babel. Nee, dit is nie, dis 'n kerkorgel. Dis 'n kathedraal. Stop looking for that thing. It's not there. We are normal people living in an abnormal society that wants normality back. We don't want anything else. And that's when Nelson Mandela said, the night before he had to speak for the last time, when they said to him, Madiba, choose your words tomorrow at the trial, correct. There's one word we want you to change. And it was one word, where he said, these are my principles. And for these principles, I will die for. And they said to him, change that to prepare. Because they said, if you go in that court tomorrow and say, I will die for, they're going to sentence you to death. But if you say that I am prepared to die for, they might give you life. You ask me where I stand on the death sentence, it's easy. No. 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 Because the justice system in this country is going to get it wrong. So until you don't prove to me that the justice system in this country works, I kan nie as 'n ex-president toesluit nie. Nou wil jy mense te dood veroordeel. Why don't you lock up Zuma first, get that right, and then you come debate with me about the death sentence? Am I right? Jy kan nie stry nie. Want as jy nou dood is, en dan kom jy terug voor en sê, weet jy wat ek ooit gemaak? Ons DNA wat nou 6 maande later sê, ons nou die DNA gekry was die vrikkie nie. Dink man. Abortion. True. So you can debate church with me, or you can debate humanity. So the normal discussion is all lives matter. All lives matter. And then your daughter gets raped. And you want her to give birth and look at that for the rest of her life. All lives matter. Because you're not watching and looking at that memory for the rest of your life. So how can you just say, no blanket, all lives matter? I don't agree. The UIM does not agree. The UIM agrees that all lives matter. But when a circumstance arises like that that woman, that lady, that child must get assistance. Because I'll tell you what they will go do, Fatima. They'll go have it in any case. And they'll go have it in the back street. So abortion is not easy. It's not a black and white debate. No, all lives matter. No, all lives do matter. But understand the circumstance. It's not a cut and dry case. Because I've been through it. It's a hell of a thing. It's not a nice thing. Where do we stand on matters of the following three? And then I would like to end and ask that you ask me some questions, but please make it challenging. Because I've decided I will never, ever lie, Philip, anymore. So here's your chance. Because I won't lie. We will not have a different republic in this country. We will not support exit, Brexit, Nexit, Exit. We will remain the Republic of South Africa. But I do support a federal government system, without a doubt, where every nation and every culture in this country will have a federal right of governance. And a federal state that will be the custodian. It's time. It's time that we give the Griquas the recognition the Griquas deserve. Because today the history of the Griquas written in a rock with a drawing, it's not protected actually in life. A federal state will work. A federal state shall werk, and I'm exploring it with my executive today. Because 80% of a federal state's tax should go to the state and not to the federal government. No, listen to me. Gauteng, the money that you pay tax in Gauteng, 80% should stay in Gauteng and 20% to national government. Do you agree? Yeah. Because my tax I pay here. The road I'm driving, here. The school I'm sending my child is here. But now I give my money to a national government, and they must give me the money back after they stole the money. No, South Africa, come now. If you elect your own people and you pay your own taxes, there should be no broken roads. So tax us, and tax us local, and we will pay local, and then we will fire local as well. Because now the MEC says, no, it's Treasury. Then Treasury says, no, it's Finance. Then Finance says, no, he's the President. Then the President says, I'm not here. Suki Masafen, is your nanas, is I, okay, your nanas, my bro. The Minister of Police should also be the Minister of Justice, should also be the Minister of Correctional Services. They should cut government in half. So someone said to me, how will you make government? I don't think I'm crazy, this is my best friend. I thought, how will we better government? Half them. Half them. Because if you say to the Minister of Police, yeah, it's in your value, then he says, no, we catch them much, yeah? Justice. They let them out. Then you say to Justice, how do you let the guy out? Then he says, no, because the police come. No investigation. Then you say to Justice, no, you leave. Then he says, no, it's correctional services, because they let them out because there's no space. Water, een van julle etters lief. Julle al drie lief. Maar as jy Wat die, as jy een keer op 'n stoel sit. En hy's al 3. Kom ons praat gou. Jy laat hulle uit, jy ondersoek hulle nie, jy laat hulle doen, jy doen nie jou onderse werk nie. Nou wat gaan jy ons op nee, kom. National poll Montana, let's have a vote. Who agrees having government ministries now? Who demands taking away 143 DGs? Deputy DGs. Acting DDs. Acting DDs. We have so many actors in government, it looks like a play. Lend me your ear. We will not be saying now the acting deputy. It's time for the show to be over. The curtain must come down. Ons het nie meer weermag nie. Ons het tenders. Yes, sir. Tender. Ek het gedink, dis hoe jy is tyd. Of daai ding wat my pa altyd vir my gesê, jong man, jy tender vir 'n ding as 'n afslag. Nou hoor ek, dis nie dit nie, dis 'n ding wat jy insit, jy het nie 'n blank clue wat dit oor gaan nie, maar omdat jy in die tender is, nou is soos 'n Rottweiler wat 'n Land Cruiser jaag, en die Land Cruiser stop. Wat jy al gaan die Rottweiler met die ding maak, al wat jy doen is dit. En jy draai nou, because I actually chase cars. Jy werk jou gat af om 'n tender te kry. Jy het nog nie eers 'n wyn die huis gebou nie, my broer. Maar jy het sommer 1000 aanbied. Dan sê jy vir jou, what is the current constructional value of the ethics of your foundation? Dan sê hy, klip terug. Voor jy sê klippies, dan die eis. Nou the foundation of that. You know what I will agree to? That you get a tender, you get paid $1 billion, and you build the 100,000 houses, and I will let you then make money. But build the houses. Don't build 2 and pocket the rest. Ons kan tel, man. Philip, ons kan tel my goed. We are currently in a failed state. 17 million people voted the last election. 17. Now you in a company, Gerard, jy's 'n maatskappy. What is a quorum? Wat is 'n quorum in 'n maatskappy gewoonlik? 'n Quorum in 'n meeting. Hoeveel? Dis 50 plus 1. Dis 'n quorum. If only 17 million people voted in this country in the last election out of 50, it's not a quorum. And if only 10 million people voted for the ANC, that's a fact. Only 10 million voted for the ANC. Then we are sitting with a government actually that has no mandate. They don't have a quorum. They didn't get 50 plus 1. DA, 3.5 million votes to become the official opposition. Am I right, John? And the EFF, 1.8 million to be the 3rd largest party in this country. Come, UIN. Amen, UIN. Come on, I will take those odds. I'll take it. I'll take it. Want jy wat sê 32 miljoen mense het gestem, 22 miljoen het gestem vir die ANC. No. UIM, we need 12 million votes that never voted, not the current people that voted. There are 12 million people that did not vote. And it's them that we need to move in 2024. remove them. So here it is. In 2024, it's not about politics. It's about logistics. It's not about politics. It's logistics. Who moves people every day? Which organization in the world moves people, water, and food? The army. So, person that's in charge of the army is a general. Am I right? It's a great list. Know any generals currently in politics? Maybe you know a guy that was a general that's currently head of a political movement. Maybe a new guy. Great. Guy that understands the military and moving people. Go look for a guy that's a retired major general. And he'll tell you how to move people. Because God will not let injustice come over a country like this that was given to us by God. Light will come. Die ligklok klap. Het jy al gesien 'n kers in 'n donker kamer? Een kers waar ook al die kers gaan. Daar's die lig. Julle is lig vandag. If you came here to pinch me and see if I'm alive, I'm alive. Someone asked me today, what if you die? 38 death threats a week. A couple attempts already to kill me. I am not afraid of you. Ek is nie bang vir jou. Because no weapon made by man will prosper against me. Because if he is with us, then no one can be against us. And finally, vra en jy sal beantwoord word. Maar julle moet nou mooi luister, Suid-Afrika, julle gaan julle, sorry, hier kom my Kaap, hè. Want ek se Kaap en ek steek mes. Hoor ek op? Sorry. As jy my snoep vat, my broer, al let ek jou nie daar. Jy los my snoep, my broer. Dis myne. Nie in die Kaap, ons steek vir jou, my broer. So ek so 'n Kaap in die hand. En jy is ook so sleg. Hoor my. We've got to get up. Like the guy that went to church every Friday, Fatima, and he asked that guy, God, can I win the lotto? And he went 83 Fridays. And he bent on his knees and he said, can I please just win the lotto? And God came and he said, no problem. Buy a ticket. Meet me halfway. Come now. Yes, sir. I'm trying. God will give us a changed nation. God will change this country. But you've got to meet him halfway. We've got to get up and go fight now. We've got to go talk to the people on the ground now. Here she is, what a great, great person. I'm a fan of her. And she said, fan of mine. Can I tell you guys something? Fatima. Have you seen her videos? En dan sê sy, nee, nou gaan ek uit dan sê ek stuur vir jou. So jy stuur my jou phone nie. Can I tell you what is a miracle? Can I tell them? Fatima is with the ACDP. Did you know that? Yeah, Fatima is with the ACDP. She's not with the UIM. But yesterday and the day before, you know what she said? She said, I want to speak about Neil de Beer and the new kid on the block, the UIM. And he said it. And you know why? Because this is what you said. Anybody must go to the poll. ACDP, everybody. UIM, all the new kids. But we must not vote the same again. Is that what you said? Or then amen. Amen. Do you see how we work together? Do you see that we are separate yet together? This cannot be a journey alone. 27 of October, Matthijs, is my fiasco. It's my birthday on the 27th of October, and Suki Cyril said, Happy birthday to you. And he made the national, the local government elections on my birthday. Yeah. And I said, Suki, ek soek nie, 'n motorbike nie. Philip, jy het klaar 'n motorbike. Ek soek nie 'n huis nie, ek soek nie 'n kar nie, ek soek nie 'n pen nie. Ek soek niks nie. Op my verjaarsdag gee my land terug aan my. Gee my land terug. Gee my land terug. Gee my dorp, my straat, my winkel, my snoepie, my skool, my stad. Gee dit terug aan my. Dan sal ek vir die res van my lewe my 53ste Fatima, my 53ste verjaarsdag nooit bly vergeet. Jacques, sal ek kers in plaas my broer. Fatima gaan plaas, want die ANC gaan minder raak. Die EFF gaan verlore raak. En die DA gaan hulle self raak. Ja. Ja. Ek het 'n Steve Hofmeyer CD in my daddy kar. Want as jy oor toe maak, is dit Neil Diamond. Nou sê iemand, hoekom beklei jy en steeds jy nou mal? Ek het eendag gesê, ek is te boere met Steve. Want Steve het dit en dit gedoen, toe bel aan die Annemarie my toe sê, as jy die nou terugtrek nie, dan onder ek vir jou sê, jou wees, toe sê dan nie, ek het hom vergewe, ek is waar jy jammer, want jy raak nie aan Steve. Toe sê, so nooit meer aan Steve raak in my lewe nie. I'm a fan. Ek is 'n fan. Okay. Dis 'n ou wat hier rondloop, hy noem homself Ramkat. Ja. Ramkat eet my melkklip hier. Is daar 'n gewoonte elke maandag was daar in, né? Dankie Ramkat. Dis 'n goeie ou. Ramkat is 'n goeie ou. Ons like mekaar mekaar nie. Maar ek like as Ramkat dit onder en daar in sy bakkie. Dit lyk my, hy vol vandag sy kriesbeekie eet. Ja, ek sien dit my moeder ook. Ramkat, goed. Hoekom beklei ek en jy? Ons is aan dieselfde kant. Ons wil die land van. Hou op om my te moer. Kom hou 'n boer koffie met my. Ek daag jou uit, Ramkat. Ek wil 'n koffie met jou drink voor getuies. Kom praat met my man. Ek is nie so sleg dan. Ek is nie sleg. Nee, Wynand de Tooi en Isak van Sail is nie verraaiers. Nee, hulle is nie. Daai man wat gesê het, hulle is spioene en hulle is betaal deur die ANC. Ek mag miskien nie langs Wynand de Tooi sit nie. Ek mag miskien nie vir Isak van Sail ken nie. Maar as jy nou wat ek nie gaan toelaat nie, en dit is dat die mense se naam vernietig. En as dit nie waar is nie, is dit nie waar nie. So ek het opgestaan, ek het 'n video gemaak en ek het gesê, dit is nie waar nie. Want dit is nie so nie. We might be enemies in political ideology, Michael, but we are not going to destroy each other. So dis waar ons staan, ons praat oor waarheid, ons praat oor eerlikheid, en ons praat oor 'n land wat verander. Die UIM is coming in, but we are not coming in alone. But I believe that the UIM is a battleship. It is a destroyer. It is coming in. And it's a message to those who want to fight us. Stand still. I shall fire every mortal gun I've got. I will drop those torpedoes. In our ideology of running at the battle box. If the ANC decides to win this by hook or crook, the UIM will be there. If we have one single ward in Pretoria, if we have one councillor that will stand up on the 27th of October and we only get one ward, that councillor will be the most just, the most screaming, the most powerful councillor here. Because we don't need 30 or 40, we need one voice of justice. And that's what I see. You will rise because you rise for justice. PE. Wel, ek is al weg en dit is 'n storm. Montana gaan vanaand weg, kyk julle oor 'n bietjie op. Look at your 23-year-old eyes. En nou voel ek soos Dress Bridges, hier kom 'n liedjie. I am not your leader. To lead, you must be elected. To lead, you must earn it. To lead, you must be anointed. You can only lead if the people say, will you lead? It is arrogant to just assume leadership. It is ignorant to believe that you are greater than. No matter how we stand, ek is 'n vegterleier. Ek is nie 'n politikus nie, Dala. I'm a fighter. I don't believe in protocol. I will probably be the person in Parliament that will be the most absent. Wat hulle gaan vir my elke dag uitjaag. Want ek gaan die knoppie druk. And I'm going to see Honourable Honourable. I would like to address the honourable member there. You remember me? You stole money on the 14th of February in 2016. You took money from that corporate. It was 236 million rand. Hey, you cannot get! You must withdraw. Jou ma moet withdraw. Ek stap met die man. En dan môre gaan die kat kom weer. Honourable member, I'd like to ek het vir een gaat ons hulle toemaak. And I said, I'm an honourable man. Ek gaan nie nou uitpraat nie. Because I will fight this game and this battle honourably. I am not going to sink you behind your back. I'm coming for you one by one. In, kom in. Bietjie vir bietjie. you must be worried. And if I shall pass, if I shall die, I will rest with the knowledge that Montana tonight will pick up the flag and continue the change of this country in the light of God, in the light of justice, and in the name of our children. Because, Lauren, listen to me, you don't have to leave this country for a future. We are the future. South Africa is not junk. This is your country. Jesse, this is your country. This is our children's land. We are going nowhere. And to my people, your people that are overseas, come back soon. We will make it okay. In conclusion, I went to Danville yesterday to a camp of poor people. Yeah, white poor people that lost everything. And it was a shock to me. But it wasn't a shock when you drive past a black smoker camp. It was a white one. Sorry, it shocked me. It's honest, I think, yo. And I walked in, and there's a great guy called Arnold, and he said, thank you, Neil, thank you for coming. And he took me, and there were 43 people standing. No food. Nothing. And there's an old lady, 76 years old. You can see the photos, that lady. She came out. She had no teeth. She has no money for pension. She stood there. Her husband is 83 years old. He couldn't come out. She looked at me and hey, I don't care what race you are. It's a veteran, it's an old lady. Could be your mom. And I said, Tannie, kan ek vir jou 'n storie doen? Sy sê, my dogtertjie verloor, sy's dood. My seun verloor, hy's dood. Ek is alleen met my man. Ek het niks. And I held him. And I didn't know what to say. I had no idea. And I looked at her and I said, I'm sorry. I will try and do something. You know what she did? Just outside her house, she has an orange tree. A lemoenboom. And I turned my back and I walked and said, stop. Ek kan nie laat jy met die hande huis toe gaan. Pluk vir jou lemoen. How did we get here? How did we get here? How did we let us get here? I made mistakes. I'm part of those mistakes. And I'm trying to fix it. But I cannot do this Timo alone. I can't walk alone anymore. You know, South Africa, we are at rock bottom. We can't go lower in racial hate, in poverty, in fighting more than we are, because the only thing that will take us worse now is civil war. And we can't go to war. You want to go to war? You have not enough there. I know. War is not the answer. Peace is for only us that went to war no war. There's nothing there. Don't go to war. Go to God. Go to peace. Because this country, it takes not much to go to war. We are more Mongolian country. It will take focus. Quad Duits, quad Frans, quad Nederlands. En dis dit die ete. Dit vat die baie om ons kwaad te maak. Don't go to war, South Africa. Go to the ballot box and take them out. And we're taking you out. Kan nie dankie vir die lemoen. Want as daai lemoen beteken sy het 'n bietjie trots teruggekry, then it's fine with me. We can do more. South Africa, we have a haka. Have you noticed, like the All Blacks, South Africa has a haka. And that haka comes normally when the bull comes. As die rekening kom, ja, jy gaan nie glo nie. En my wallet by die huis vergeet. You'll buy 1,000 rands worth of caviar here. You'll blow 1,000 rand at the spur. But you won't give 1,000 rand to fight for freedom. You just won't. 6 months I've now carried the UIM. I am 3.5 million in. And I'm not getting help. No one is helping me. And I'm tired. Money is running out. Hope is getting less. And then Tannie Leroux phones me and says, ek het 83, ek het nou net my Sassa kraan gekry. Ek het vir jou R50 gestuur. Want die Tannie, want ek gaan hierdie ding alleen doen. We need to get together and we need to bloody fight. Because they're not going to fight me politically. They're going to fight me with money. Your money. Your money. They're going to take our money and fight us back with our stolen tax. When are you getting involved? Nou sê ek vrou die ander dag, jy begin as die enige kerk doen nie, ja. Broeders en susters, ons moet gee, en gee, en gee. Jy sê, dame, kan ek vir iets sê, die enige kerk, ten minste, staan op en bring sy eie hoop. Die kerke in hierdie land kry nie net geld nie, hulle kry geld vir hoop. Ek vra nie vir jou geld. Ek het hierdie ding alleen gedra. It's alright. It's alright. But we need to take this seriously. Wie must stand? Pretoria moet staan, wat iemand. Johannesburg moet staan. Ekurhuleni moet staan. Bloemfontein moet staan. Calvinia moet staan. Grabouw moet staan. Kempen Park moet staan. Brakpan, Benoni, Springs. As julle saam staan, is julle ekte. Julle moet staan in Danville. Julle moet staan. Because it's not about politics. It's about us and our country. It's about we, the people, standing up and saying to the politicians, it's over. What makes a politician? Well, anything than what we've got today. So with me, Montana, I am saying the following: councillors, MPs, ministers, you are fired. Yeah, yes, fired. Cyril, Duinhuis, die gordyne, 6. Wanneer, ek en Fatima kom. Ons so gaan en die braai is te klein, Michael. Ons gaan vir die mense braai, elke aand, met ons geld. Because I tell you today, if you ask every member of parliament to waive a one year salary to just work for the people, how many people will then stand for elections? 0. Our mistake is when we pay people to care. Because they don't care anymore, they just want a salary. Someone said, will you endorse a tax revolt? Will you say in public that we must stop paying tax? Freeze your tax. For 3 months, don't pay tax. Everybody. Shut it down. 90 days. No more money. Shut it. Because we don't give them money, they can't steal the money. They're going to lock 6 million people up. They can't even lock up Zuma. Where are they going to lock us up? Now, Boston, take me. Problem is, if you don't pay tax, it's the poor that are going to die. It's not them. Because they've already stolen enough. Great. So we're going to hit the wrong people. And if you say don't pay tax, tomorrow morning they'll come, they'll arrest me, and they'll say treason. But you can't talk about the 1.5 trillion they stole. You can't go to Zondo and tell Zondo, maar daar sit hulle. Hulle sit hier. They're guilty. And you know what the news says, Fatima, yesterday, heads must roll. 11 billion gone for PPE, heads must roll. No, heads must go to jail. Not heads must roll. Stop firing them. Lock them up. Send them to jail. And if you don't, do you want us to take it serious? PEE failed, Anton. PE failed. It failed. Because it was not going to the people that are supposed to be BE. Tell me something. Did anybody, Michael, come to you and explain BE in 94? Do you know? Anybody come to you from government and said, it's now BE and this is this? This is how it works. Anybody? No, you have a law. The people that are supposed to get BEE and the people that must pay BEE, not one of them got told how to do BEE. That's why it's not working. And just when we got BEE right, Alan, they added another B and another E. That's what regtig moeilik. But black economic empowerment, okay? Now, broad-based black. Johan bel vir daar konsultant. En dan sê jy moet gaan vir my kom verder wat hy alles nou nie goed. En jy weet hierdie konsultant, dan kom hy, né? Ja, dan kom die konsultant. Hallo meneer, gee my 25,000 rand, dan maak ek jou gou BEE. That's what they did to us. They made corruption available. It's wrong. Reset the country. Just do this for me today. Just do this for me. Put your hands like this. And just do this. That's easy. So go from here to here. Just do this. 27 October. This is what we're going to do to you. Montana, hoe constant. or Soweto? Soweto, the Bible of a nation is coming to you tomorrow. More than 1,500 people in Soweto are waiting for Scansons. What am I going to tell people in Soweto tomorrow? I'm going to tell them you are actually free. And freedom lies with you. Did you all get this tonight? Joaquin? This is going out soon. This one. What does it say? Ja, dis 'n bietjie swart, né? Dis 'n rou dag vir die ANC. So 'n bietjie rou. Do I hate the ANC? Fatima, I don't. Do I hate the DA? No, I don't. Do I hate the EFF? No, I don't. Do I hate what they did to us? Yes, I do. Let's change. Let's go make a change 27 October. Let's vote for the group that you believe will fight. That will no longer hide away. So thank you for tonight. A couple of surprises here. A couple of people that just came through. Thank you very much. I can't say thank you enough. That a group of people will come listen to your opinion, Fatima, like they do every day, is a privilege. But let's remember the people that don't have Facebook, the people that don't have food tonight. For the next 3 months, I'm on the road. Ek gaan na elke padstal, opstal, blaasstal en stadsal gaan ek gaan praat. Kuruman, Burgersdal, Delfinia, Springs, ek gaan Appington doen. Want ek is 'n stadsal president. I am a people's president. And it doesn't matter what we do. Go to the people, Fatima, and ask Ellen, what's wrong, and then go change it. And that's what the UIN is going to do. Municipal election will make a dent in 2024. We're becoming a new country because in 2024, like in 1994, we voted to change a country. 2024, we voted to save a country in God's name. God bless you. May God's huge hand come over you, protect you and your family. Mag die Here julle seën. Mag sy godrykendste hand kom lê oor Montana, oor Pretoria en partymal die blou bulle. Maar laat hy kom. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. What I would like to know quickly is please don't go. Just remember that. Please don't go. Please. I've got song in my heart. I'm happy. Ons 2 tires het gebars. Jesse, while we were driving up at 120, it's always 120 k's now, isn't it? One of our right front vehicle tires burst. And it was about 11 at night on my way to here, to Joburg, and my son took the car and he brought it back. 90% we would roll. And it was God's hand. Sorry, yeah, my boy can drive, but I think he just took the tire and he just said no, not now. So thank you to God. To my CEO, stand up young men, to my brother Jacques, our new UIM CEO. Lady Brand Boersian, studied law, hell of a guy, and in his young days, not a bad winger. He is after rugby spelling. You're a great young man. I have never seen honor in a man like this grow. And you care about this country. You're fighting it. Tonight with you and Shay and Jackie and all her team, and everybody, thank you for you. Because without you, we are kind of doing nothing except fighting. So, Jock, welcome tonight. This is partly you. It's a great mens hoor jy. God bless you. En dis hoekom ek so 'n bietjie uitgevlieg met die lady dance op baie wat bestaan nie, né? Thanks, Jock. And for Jock, thank you. And so welcome tomorrow. So I know I've taken a hell of a long time. I'd like to quickly just ask if anybody, because tonight is about your country. Can I ask, there's a microphone, if we can take about 5 or 10 or as many questions that you want, but I'd like you to ask the question you've always wanted to ask. You don't have to be nice to me. I represent you, so I'll just turn it back on you. So if there's anything you want to know, if there's anything I haven't covered, please ask it from yourself, and we will quickly answer it. There's a lot of stuff I can't carry and can't discuss, but maybe you would like to know. So could we maybe take 5 quickly? You've got a question that's burning. En vra vir die vra oor die election, oor die UIM, oor die systeem, enigiets wat julle wil weet. Anybody, just put up your hand and we'll send you a mic quickly if there's anybody. Anybody? Have I done such a good job? Corey, anything?
Oh, meneer. Hallo Lee. Jy net nou met respek gesê jou seun is die Here. Maar met respek sê ek nou vir jou. Jou seun is die Here, want jy is 'n kind van 'n ware God.
Thank you, Corey. Thanks, one to see one. Anybody else? Any interesting question you want to ask? Seems I've done. Fatima, anything, any statement maybe? I'd like you to maybe just say something.
Yes, sure. Do you want to say something?
This is now where I sit and I listen. Ladies and gentlemen, Fatima. Wait.
Good evening, everyone. Goeienaand allemaal. Dus jullie weten, ik is eigenlijk Afrikaans, heel meer. Slaat mij Engels, jong. My English let's finish here by 6 o'clock, then I'm done. But I just want to encourage all of you, as I said on my life, as long as we do not vote for them that is stealing and looting from us. Ek sal weer onomwonde op my life weer mense sê, stem vir die UIM. En ek het amper van my stoel afgeval toe ek sien ek het 'n miskool. Ek sien die nommer, want die nommer was nie op my naam gesê nie. En toe kry ek die boodskap. Toe sê ek die nommer, toe sê ek, die miskool van Neil de Beer. But when we connected, it's so funny how God works. I have been thinking of the UIM the whole time. Ek is in 2, dit is asof ek moet kies tussen 2 Owens in my minister, but I'm going to lay before God for Him to lead me where I should go, because for me it's important that we serve, and what I see when Neil speaks is a servant. As genoeg groot koppe en belangrike mense met titels ensovoorts, but I see a servant of God and a servant of God's people. And that's what we do.
Ek kom ons sê vir Fatima, dan sê ek en Fatima moet ons op baie stap, Fatima. Maar ek is ook so, ek gebruik Afrikaans vir selfverdediging. So I know who's going to make the parliamentary speeches in what language to guess. While we're speaking, we just wanted to give you something. We just wanted to give you something small from us. It's just a band. It's just something that says, "Together we will." And it's got a little logo, but Fatima, I can promise you, no matter who you are, together we will. Not anything else. Together we will. Saam sal ons dit doen. I hope you wear this with pride. Don't take it off. Don't take it off. Take it off the day that we stand in Parliament and we say, so help me, God. That's when you can take it off. Promise me, Montana, you will not take it off. You will keep this on to remind us that something new is coming. Oh, Your Honourable. But don't you go on your friend.
No, we just that side, so.
Dis fair.
Okay, so.
Ek het verskerp tussen ons geweld.
So, you, that's just by way of introduction. So there's, whenever we meet or whenever we see one another, I always remind you of this 10-year plan. You remember the 10-year plan?
I do.
Yeah.
And I was sober.
And we are now 2 years into the 10-year plan, so I see we still bang on track. Neil, there's a general apathy within the people. And I think there's a broad consensus that there's a heartfulness within South Africa. But the apathy relates to, so what are the alternatives? Okay, and I think for 2 hours now almost, you've sketched a picture which says we have a party, a ruling party, and then we have an opposition. Now, the apathy, and I want to get to the point very quickly. If it is to not vote for a specific party, what are the alternatives? And because the alternatives are equally feeble, opinion, and you would agree or disagree, that, well, then what is the point of voting? And 2, if that is not the alternative, well, and pardon the, forgive me, we're in the church, rather the devil I do than the devil I don't know. So, if on your birthday, the people vote UIM, and you are saying, I only want the 10 or the 10 million that have not voted, what would be the groundswell of support that you would garner, or the party would garner, in order to establish government, either at a local or in 2024 provincial and national level?
He always does that. You know, we have lunch once a month, and I know it's not lunch, it's dinner, it's not good fun. Anton, who's that? Well, he's a mentor to me. He's a person in this country that knows government. He's a person that is an entrepreneur. He's also part of the CEOship of quite a very big entity in South Africa in the medical field called Amulet. He was a founder of one of those entities. And he's a South African. His fellow partner, who could not be here tonight, is a gentleman called Hilton Klein. I served as senior advisor to the Minister of Defence at one stage, and Hilton was the Chief of Staff of Defence. And we both left in the same month. Hilton left because he wanted to begin a business that could make a change. I left because I just had enough of rubbish. I couldn't tolerate the utter nonsense that was going on in that department. And we stayed friends through thick and thin. If there's someone that can speak about the verbalization of politics and the evolution, until I think we can speak. The answer is threefold, just very quickly. If you don't vote, your vote goes to the ANC. That's what people don't get. In the last election, people wanted to spike the ANC They wanted to not leave loyalty of the ANC, so they just didn't vote. But what they don't understand is those votes count. It went to the ANC. So one, you must vote. It matters not what you vote. It matters that you vote. Otherwise, shut up and never complain again. Then don't come and say, this and this is wrong. It is your due right to vote. Number two, the United Independent Movement. The United Independent Movement is not putting up an alternative to government. It's saying we are the new government. It is not going to accept anything else except the turnover and the surrender of this government to we the people. So it's not going there and saying, but we will do this right, or we'll do this wrong, and we'll fix this mistake. We are saying it's time for a change in this country. And it's not saying the ANC failed. It's not saying the DA did die. It says that the African National Congress, which I served 30 years, has run its course. It's done. It cannot move from a liberation movement to a government. It's failing to do so. It can't make that step. And by the way, the communists. Yeah, I said to Blazing on Monday, Chief, we are not communists, Mamela, but we are socialists. He said, yes, but we did the t-shirts. I said, okay, then we stay communists. Communism does not work. I was there, Russia. I say, I was there. Communism cannot work because it's about people. Communism can only work when all is equal. And the reason why communism failed is because not everybody in communism is as equal as others. So it's failed. We're a socialist. How do you have 92 NEC members and 3/4 of them communist card-carrying members run a democratic capital country? There's olie and water. They don't get it. Anton, you cannot run a country that's a democratic state with a communistic ideology. Show me one member of the NEC that's not a communist. Communism, we are in a tripartite agreement with the South African Communist Party. We are in a tripartite agreement with COSATU. So there it is. It's not their fault. Who trained us as the ANC? It's not Western countries, because it was Cuba, it was Russia, it was China. It's them that trained us. So we had to take at night the AK-47, and in the day we had to write and read about Stalin. Ons is vandag oortoe. Why? We can't make the transfer. We can't feed the people in Sebokeng. We can't give the people in Kayamandi houses. We have failed. So Anton, the alternative is a united, independent country with independent movement, recognizing independent cultures in this country. We must stop speaking about a culture of tolerance, Anton. We must start speaking of a tolerance of culture. We do not respect each other's culture. A Xhosa man is a Xhosa man, and a Zulu man is a Zulu man, and a Bafokeng is a Bafokeng, and a Pondo, ja Pondo slaatje, apa is a cow, apa I Pondo. Nou stap jy as 'n boer, en 'n jong man, swart man, kom verby jou, and he doesn't greet you, you get mad. Because in the white Afrikaans culture, a young man must greet the oom. But in the isiXhosa culture, the young man may not greet an elder first. An elder must greet you and give you permission to greet him back. Nou, jy dink hy's onbeskof en hy dink jy's onbeskof. Want jy het nou net vir mekaar gemoed en nie een van julle het gegroet nie. En wat doen jy? Ja nee, niks van julle nie. And he's walking to the taxi and he's going, ontloon, dat sê ek kom sê aan. Julle albei gaan huispoort toe. You missed the culture. Sir, I need to go bury my mother. Yes, sir, Sipod, it's your sixth mother. Yes, sir. In the African culture, every person that raised you in a village is your mother. So when he says, my mom died, he's not taking a chance. His mom died. Because in African culture, it takes a village to raise a child. We are missing each other's culture. There, I must go bury my mother. And when she says the end, there's another line coming. That's why if you want to make good money, have a funeral policy. Because black African cultures, my brothers, we take out a policy that covers 12 people. Money, oh, you know. Jy is doodgenoeg. Maar kan we die hele Bible af, dis nie die Bible. Hey, South Africa, come now, Anton. We know each other. What does it take for you, Timo, to go to a petrol garage and say to the guy, Molweni, Unjani, Sikona Ninjani, Vakfo. You don't have to speak Xhosa. You don't have to speak Setutu. You don't have to just learn hello and thank you. And you will see a smile on that man's face because he knows your language. You don't know his. Come now. Does it take that much just to say to God, Molweni, unjani mfowethu, apha ifuna i-20 rand petrol, siyabulela. You've done more for nation building in putting in petrol than what any parliamentarian can go do at home. When last did you go to a local school, Anton? Go to Macro and buy 5 soccer balls that cost you $15 a ball. Go to an underprivileged school, drop the balls off and say, this is your kinders. And as the vrouw said, what's your name? Then you go, South African, and you walk home. You know what they're going to talk about tea time? Yes, hey, this white guy, I'm in box of balls. You fix the country. You fix the country. You don't have to build a soccer stadium. You don't have to build the rugby pitch. Just go pay. Maar jy het nie tyd nie. You're a teacher, but you don't go teach. You're an electrician, you don't go electrical. Anton, on your answer. We are the alternative. Not the UIM, the people of this country. We have been lied to enough now. It took 100 years for the ANC to succeed. We don't have 100 years, black or white. It's no more about race, Fatima. It's about the economy. And that's my problem, Anton. I need to get to everybody. I need to take Fatima with me. I need to take everybody. Philip, bring them motorbikers. Can I quickly tell you about motorbikers? Can I tell you about bikers? Hard men outside. Bloody softies inside. And I want to quickly do a shout out for every single motorbiker in this country. You have done me more than any other citizens. The motorbikers out there, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your donations. Thank you. There are people with heart, eh? Heart. Isn't it weird? It's always the hard guys. That's actually the soft guys. So, Anton, 27 October, we're asking the people in this country to go back en masse and do the alternative right thing. Not vote out the ANC, not vote out the EFF. Vote in change, because we all got for. Do not go vote. And lastly, but more importantly, don't vote for us anymore. Vote for your kids. Vote for your children. Because they don't come through the legacy that we've come through. They don't have a struggle legacy. They want jobs. Isibenza non-shot. They want education. They want a toilet. A toilet. They want to believe that water comes through a tap, not a bucket. So the ANC must stop promising the people grant. The ANC says if you don't vote for the ANC, you will lose SASSA. They are telling them that. Well, I'm telling SASSA people, if you're a pensioner, if you are that person that's able, they call them disabled, you're not disabled, maybe we'll give you more money because we'll steal less. You gave pensioners this year 30 Rand a month increase. Did you know that? A Rand a day. Mom, what do you do with a Rand? You can't even buy a chappie anymore. Because if today you could buy that chappie, Alan, Anton, you opened it, it would say, did you know you are going to vote for a new party, and if you don't, you will remain the party goober. Did you know? So that's my answer. I have none other. South Africa will rise. South Africa will get up. They got up in Montana tonight. Did they not? Did they not? You're at Montana's capital. You're at PE and tomorrow you are coming to Soweto. Ugonzo. And then Bloemfontein. And then Germiston. And that's what I got for you. It's the truth. But nothing but the truth. So Anton, come saam met my group. Come with me. Not of a country of milk tender and honey, but a country that will stop a lady that has nothing to give me an orange to say that I've given you everything. It starts here. Want julle 50 gaan praat môre met 50. En daai 50 gaan praat met 50. And very soon in Montana we are 1,000 Fatima. In Pretoria we 10,000. The ANC started in Mangaung with 20. And we used to sing, Lente isi hambayo, Lente isi ham. It's a long road to freedom. I think we've walked long enough. So unite, unite, unite. And if we unite, there may be a few who change many. Tell your children, politics, Luan, listen to me, Lord, listen to me. Politics is not an ugly thing. They made it ugly, and I'm sorry for you. Politicians should be a noble job. Representing people should be noble. Dit moet 'n eerbare ding wees. Dat hulle politiek gevat en hulle gemaak het. Sien hierdie oom? Sal kom draai Jacques. We will make it good again. Anton. Say, Jacques. We'll take one more Jacques.
luister hier nou gereeld op Facebook en die goed. Ek wil net graag iets van my kant af sê vanaand. Baie dankie dat jy ons hoop gee. Ons waardeer dit deur al hierdie dinge wat nou gebeur het van COVID en voor COVID. Ek het nie geweet hoekom ek wil aan my huis opgebring het vanaand nie, maar nou weet ek. Maar dankie daarvoor, dankie dat jy vir ons hoop gee.
Ek dink ek so aan my saamgesit wat sy paas het ook. En hy net die baie dankie vir julle, waardeer. Maar ek gaan jou nie los nie, ek moet vir jou laat vra. Daar is hy.
Ek wil net weet, hoe gaan julle die massas beheer met al die, soos dit nou gaan?
Ek dink die massas, soos ons noem, die massas. Ek dink die massas is besig om gat te vol te raak. Want die massas, the mass are the people that are the poorest of the poor. The fact that we've got now poverty in all races. Have you noticed that if you've seen at the robot, the traffic light, it's no more black people standing. Sorry, it's more and more white people standing. When will we end black and white? When will we start saying black, poor guy, white guy? We the masses. Ek en jy. We are the masses. There's no more difference between us. So tonight, look around you. Fatima, Craig, just quickly look around you. Every demographic of this country is actually here. Look. Look. Every demographic of this country's racial grouping is here. Black, white, indigenous, Boer, Engels, Christen, Muslim. Ons is hier. Okay, in 'n paar Toyota bakkie drywers. Jammer. Hy kan mens so sneek vir 'n ranger. We are here. We are not intolerant of each other. We love each other. And maybe when I speak on Facebook, when Fatima speaks, when anybody speaks, let's just speak the truth. For it is there to set us free. Tomorrow when we bride, Sunday, Apaichi Sinya, Apaifuna Ingosh. You know the best chicken is a Transkei chicken. Pray for me tomorrow in Soweto. Want daarso is ons almal saam. We will not be intimidated. We will go back to the light. Thank you again for coming. I took so much time from you, but the time I took is for you. So safe journey. God bless you. Go home. I'll stay a little bit. Anybody wants to take a bit of a pic? I'd like a pic with you. And Fatima, I love you. Come say goodbye, and then we will all say goodbye together. Can I just ask maybe one more favor? As hulle wil na die tyd kom hulle sê, I'm here. So please come and if you want to just take the hand and take a picture. I'd like to put it on tomorrow to show. This is a full hall one time. This is a full song. Finally, you want me to sign my book. So if you brought the book, my book, Undercover with Mandela Spy, if you brought it with, I'll sign it, no problem. May I end off with just one request? Can I just ask Chris if we could just maybe end off properly with a prayer to just take us home safely? As ons nie moet sit om net
God en Vader, dankie vir vanaand. Dankie dat ons as 'n nasie by mekaar kan wees en wil veg vir wat reg is vir Here. Reg vir almal. En ons vra dat jy ons hanse vat, Here. Vat ons hierdie groot goddelike taak wat voor ons lê. Here, dankie vir 'n man soos Neil, Here. U ken ons hart, Here. Ons het van ver baie af om U te dien. Ek vra om Here vergewe as met ons sondes. Lei ons nie in die versoeking nie. Dat ons veilig huis toe. Amen.
Just quickly, if I may, if you all could just turn, maybe just quickly turn to the middle of the hall. And if you can see that gentleman there, Sydney. Sydney is my personal assistant, the most hated human being, except for me, sometimes on earth. Sydney is my PA, is my admin, is my life. He's now a cameraman. I say it not often enough. Sydney, you've been with me for more than a year. You're new at this, and this is tough on you many times. You are a very special human being. Defending me, taking all these calls, and just being with me. You're a hero amongst many silent. Thank you for everything. He's now a cameraman on tour, so I'd like to make a connect for if you may. There are now hundreds of people that will become tomorrow thousands, an average of 27,000 people per hour joining us. So maybe Montana, I can just ask us if we could just say to the people watching us across the world, to everybody that live signed us in, I would like to send a message from Montana by saying thank you. And then I noticed someone coming in now, and it's a very good friend of mine as well. So it's you. So ek wil net vir jou sê baie dankie, and he actually spoke about you today when you weren't here. This gentleman is the person that joined the UIN and that is writing the current policy document for people that I said is not disabled, but people that have more abilities than others. So I'd like to introduce you to a gentleman that heads up our new national policy of disability and people with disabilities in this country. I'd like to thank you. And his son, so this is here and there. So thank you, and it's good to have him amongst us. So for the rest of you, for everybody, may God speak you home. Gaan huis toe, en die Here seën julle baie.